we're in California. We're in downtown LA. This is the hub center of cannabis. Yeah. If any weed that ever got selected has to go through here somehow and will be here somehow, right? And I will smoke that shit and I will find it. So I smoke all sorts of different strains. And sometimes, like, I'll smoke a random strain and it'll get me higher than I ever seen. Because, like, I guess the phenos hit me differently. But other than that, bro, there's a lot of dope brands that are just not getting the same lemon cherry gelato and bagging it up. Mm-hmm. They're actually going through the process of having their grow, having great growers, the people that are they work with correctly and they know what they want, and then the type of weed they want.
Once, fives, throw them 20s, looking dumb in the club, throw no money. Didn't want me, it's so funny. Now they get killed, go get her or go fund me. I done made a couple of hundred through pandemic. Hard 6 Vegas like P, no damn limit. Yo ass nigga money was short, that damn midget. Lifestyle rubbers won't work, I can't fit it. Then he plus a fuck on Netflix. Get her on the primes and I'm hitting the next bitch. Bitch, your last nigga don't exist.
What's going on, guys? Big Chief here. Welcome back to another episode of To Be Blunt. I'm here with your co-host, DJ Birdwater.
Birdwater in the building. It's Friday. You already know the vibe. We're rolling up. I came 3. He's got 2 fatties.
And I got one. Actually got one right here and got 2 right there.
Oh, she's got 2.5. Hey,
2.5.
Can I tell you what's in this blunt?
Is it AMG?
Part of it's AMG. Part of it is some real OG sour diesel.
OG sour diesel,
like original sour diesel.
Oh, I was like OG sour diesel cross. So like it's a sativa.
It's mixed.
So it's a sativa with what?
Gelato, which is my favorite, and some sour D, bro.
The homie smoking sativa blunts. Hey.
No, try it.
Let me see.
It's heavy.
The homie smoking sativa blunts. Is it indica? Like feel like indica?
Yeah. No, rip that shit.
I want to taste it first.
Yeah. Sour D in that bitch.
Oh, it's gassy.
Yeah, see?
And it tastes good.
I be mixing that shit.
How much took that blunt?
Hey, how long has it been since you smoked anything like that old school weed?
The old school weed, actually, really honestly, bro, I actually did. Let me remember this strain. I actually smoked originals like San Fernando Valley OG. Mm-hmm. Really piney.
OG. Right
like
there.
the SFV OG piney.
Yeah.
I smoked it about every week, bro. Shout out to the homies from Cure Company. Shout out to my homies from Yellow Thumb. Yeah. They both gave me that cut right there, bro. Oh my gosh. They both taste amazing, piney, you know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone got their little gas to it, but
that's funny.
It's the pininess, bro.
You said the Cure Company? This is the Cure Lotto in here.
Shout out to you. See?
But no, like, so my boy, he was growing this, and I was like, yo, I got to try that. Because the last time I tried sour D was in New York a while ago, like 5-6 years ago. And that was fire. And I was like, I wonder if
they die for that shit over there.
Yeah, it's still a popular
haze,
strain. Yeah.
The sour D.
It's still a popular strain, bro. But yeah, I was like, I want to try this shit, bro.
When we were at MJ BizCon, this New York guy came up to my brother and gave him a bag of weed, right? Uh-huh. Half of it was haze and the other half was sour D.
Damn.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's those two.
I was like, that's some crazy shit right here, my boy. And I gave him his props. He had dope packaging too.
But this time, like, it was weird because I'm used to, like, the sour D, like, all, like, squished together type shit. You feel me? Like, small little, like, look like chronic stress nugs, like that. This shit came out fat as fuck, bro, because it was grown indoor. Like, I got a pound in the car. It's fat as shit, bro.
Is it like GMO?
I don't know. No, it's the fucking sour D, bro. It's crazy.
No, it's because GMO nugs be fat.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so look, would you be able to smoke nothing but old school strains or new school strains? If you can just pick one forever, that's all you have to smoke. Old school or new school?
I'd probably go with the old school.
Why?
Because gelato's always been here.
Gelato's new school.
No.
Gelato's new school. Yes.
Also sour D, orange kush, all that shit's OG.
All the gelatos and the runts come from the gelatos, and all the candies, they come from the original gelatos. Yeah. You feel me?
I'd probably pick the
And then the gelatos like ice cream sherbet and ice cream cakes and those crosses. So then those originate from, you feel me? Those are even that is new school.
Yeah.
And that's kind of old to us, you know what I mean? So, like, I think you have to search when you're looking at old school and new school. Like, okay, new school is, how would you, like, am I classifying it correctly?
No, I agree. Yeah, like, I mean, when I started smoking, it was like OG. It was like orange Kush. There was no
Mango
cookies.
Kush.
Yeah. Purple Kush.
Everything was Kush.
Bubba.
Bubba Kush.
Bubba Kush. That was like everything back then.
They still have Bubba packs.
Yeah, they still do. China
Bubba
Man
packs
wear.
will never die
Yeah.
for some reason.
Fuck no, bro. And I feel like OG will never die. That's why I'm thinking. And obviously, when you go through that first stage of smoking, it's like the highest you'll be getting. Like now, when the weed's elevating now, like I get faded as shit. But back then, I'd get so high I couldn't even do anything.
You get like 4-hour eyes back then. Huh?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Do you think it's because our like tolerance?
Yeah, I feel like
The
because I
tolerance
think
raise,
about it
huh?
all the time, like because like I was sick like a week ago and I didn't smoke for like 7-8 days. I wasn't sick for that long. I just like my body to kind of like get fully recovered. But then I'm like thinking like, bet it's been like 7-8 days when I hit this blunt, I'm gonna get faded as fuck. I was high as fuck, but I wasn't that high. We're just stuck on stupid.
You know Zeus? Mm-hmm. You know the guy Zeus that cuts like the barber, the guy that cuts hair,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So pretty much he smokes weed, but he smokes whatever weed. As soon as he smoked our blunt, he can't even take more than 2 hits, and he goes, "Bro, it was way too strong." So I got him the snow cones, and he hits like 3-4 hits of those. He goes, "Bro, he's so faded, bro." He tells me, "Hey, I have to build up to your weed, my tolerance."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, the weed that we have, bro, if you're smoking a blunt of triple scoops, there's no way you're not high for 4 hours."
Yeah, no, you're gonna be deep faded, deep high.
But like that's what I feel like some of the new school strains, like a lot of them went for flavor.
Yeah.
But if you really want crazy amount of THC, it's probably gonna taste like fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna taste like straight like plant matter. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna go with the new school too?
I'm going with the. Is this weird if I say it like that? The old school, new school. Like when the crosses of the old new school.
When they started, like in the mid.
No, when they cross the new school strains with the old schools, like they get really like purpley strains, and they go with a really piney ass OG in the back, and they make sour power OG. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like they go and get like triple scoops, just the same way gelato OG, and this. It's just a lot of structures. Like right now, when they do the genetics, they get a bunch of different cuts, right? And then they choose what it wants to taste like, what it wants to feel like from the strain that they're mixing a part of until they get that strain cut, and then they might discover something new along the journey, or they go get their strain. You know what I mean? So, other than that, I don't know. I feel like all weed is good weed.
The only weed that I wish would be as heavy as it was when I first started, because we're big OG heads. I feel like it's hard to just find a pure, straight OG. And yeah, there's pure OG, like shout out Blue Moon, they got pure OG, that's fire. There's other brands that have fire OG, like that. The Kushco, they have fire ass OG. But it's like, you gotta go through that, or you can't just find that regularly, if that makes sense. Like
those strains are very hard to grow. OG is very hard to grow.
Yeah, and then back to that guy, like other people, bro, like sometimes people just look at weed and they're like, yo, that looks fucking fire, that's gonna be good. But looks are deceiving when it comes to weed.
Yeah, smoke it.
You could have some fucking outdoor look like some indoor, and then people are gonna think that's indoor, like that's fire weed, but not even realizing it's the high. And then you got some high-end, top-tier indoors that don't even, if you, like we know, like we all know, we're connoisseurs, so we could tell what's really that, like, top-tier indoor. And that high is completely different. That's why this dude, the homie, that's a homie too, I know him. But other people, like normal people, they're smoking mids, bro, and they don't even know they're smoking mids.
They don't know how good the weed it gets, you feel me?
Yeah.
You just described a person, like people see people flex out with all this shit.
Yeah.
And then you get to know them, they're a piece of fucking shit. So you're like, God damn it, bro, you're mid. And then you see someone that is looking good, then you get to know them, like, damn, that shit gas right there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think everything is like in that realm, you know what I mean? People only see what they see.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's so many levels. There's levels to everything, but weed-wise, we're in California. We're in downtown LA. This is the hub center of cannabis.
Yeah.
If any weed that ever got selected has to go through here somehow and will be here somehow, right? And I will smoke that shit and I will find it. So I smokes all sorts of different strains, and sometimes like I'll smoke a random strain and it'll get me higher than I ever seen, because like I guess the phenols hit me differently. But other than that, bro, there's a lot of dope brands that are just not getting the same lemon cherry gelato and bagging it up. They're actually going through the process of having their grow, having great growers, the people that are they work with correctly and they know what they want, and then the type of weed they want. You know what I mean? So I see right now there's a lot of people doing genetics.
crossing
and stuff that already have it done. You just get with them and get what you need, right? Bring that over and grow it until you like what you like, and then make it sure you just don't put anything out. Make it timeless. Market while you're doing that, so you're not just waiting for no reason. You know what I mean? And then once you drop the strain, people are gonna be excited to try it. And if it's really good, they'll be like, "Wow, let me try another one. Let me keep smoking one." And then it's part of some of their favorite strains. Not just getting something and be like, "Let me cherry gelato. Oh, let me put it in this bag."
Right.
It's okay to start like that.
Yeah.
Not a problem if you don't have a grow, but eventually, if you get a chance to lock in with some great growers or tap in, and then your work will speak for itself. You know what I mean? But you got to go put in that effort. You got to go network to that factor, right? You're like, how do I do this? Fucking go to dispensary. Look at the weed strains in there. You feel me? See who is it by. Get to know those people. Go around to their events, their festivals, their pop-ups, right? And see if try their smoke. And then you'll see other brands right there. Try their shit. And you'll be like, holy shit. And then you'll notice if you're on Instagram following them, the people talk to people with the genetics people. And then you'll see, oh, this was genetics and this comes from. Then you'll have every single, like a map of where every single thing comes from, right? Then when you go to Zal Olympics, you see the same people win the awards. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because now I look at brands, but I look at a lot of these growers, bro. I follow a lot of growers on Instagram, and I look at what they're growing.
Yeah.
I see what they're smoking. Because they're always trying to work for the future and innovate, because they already made, look at how long they work. They have the vault full, you know what I mean? They're cracking seeds from the 90s from a seed bank, crossing it with shit from this age. So weed will never stop innovating for sure. It used to look like fucking horrible twigs and seeds to the now.
Like oregano.
And now everyone sees their weed. If it has sticks and seasoning, they're not smoking that shit. They're like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? This brand is horrible.
Yeah. My thing nowadays.
Weed has changed.
No, it has. And my thing nowadays is like I love finding a strain of weed that I like and another strain that I like, and I mix everything. Like every time I have a blunt, it's never just one strain, unless it's like something I'm just trying for the first time, or if it's like that sour power, like that shit you want to smoke
by itself,
because it's such fire weed. But
Hey,
I like
let's talk about that.
shit.
Why wouldn't you mix that?
Because that its own, that high alone, that specific high
And
that
taste and
that
smell.
you get, and that look and quality overall is fucking 10 out of 10. But then you add that high in there is that heavy fucking high. Like when you smoke it, you're like, oh shit, like that instant smoke.
Like you taste it, you feel it.
You could smoke weed. There's a lot of weed that's mainly like hybrid sativas that you hit and you don't feel like you're getting high. You gotta wait for it to develop and hit your lungs and all that shit. But like this shit or the sour power, you instantly hit that in the blunt. You're like, oh, I'm about to be faded.
Even 20 blunts in, you'll feel it. You'll be like, yo, what is this, bro? Honestly, I'm gonna give that strain his I'm gonna give them their flowers. You know how long I've been talking about them. You know what I mean? I don't know percent of that company.
No, for
you know what
years.
I mean?
Yeah, the bro's been smoking it religiously.
I pick that shit up and I hit that shit. I smile.
Yeah.
So when I make Big Chief weed and anything cannabis related, I want that feeling. And I told them in the beginning, I'm like, hey, the way I aspire and your product makes me feel like, I want my product to do that.
Yep.
To other people. You know what I mean? So that's pretty big, bro. To me, at least.
Have you been mixing shit?
I did.
Yeah.
I mixed Scotty's mom with triple scoop. I mixed
Scotty's mom's fire.
like right now I just been smoking all these 3 blunts are straight triple scoops.
Okay.
This is a mixed blunt.
Yeah.
This is Scotty's mom triple. Those 2 are straight triple scoops. That triple scoop is so heavy, bro.
That's what
We're
we
enjoying
like.
it. Hey, anyways, if you want triple scoops or any other flavors, hit our direct to consumer.
Yep.
Right there, bam! Go get yourself a Big Chief cartridge. Go get yourself a disposable. Go get yourself snow cones.
For any updates, make sure you guys are just following our business page at Big Chief Extracts. Tap in, turn on your notifications on. You know
Hit the
vibe.
link, hit the telly, whatever you got to do. Just do it. Just chief it. Hey, bro. How was your weekend? You had a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a good weekend. It was chill. Just did the dad shit.
Nice.
Yeah, I've probably been the calmest I've been this whole year, the last 2.5, 3 months.
Been happy?
I wouldn't say happy because, you know,
My life's going out.
like, I love that lifestyle. Like, someone asked me about that the other day, and I'm like, honestly, like, going out with the boys, getting fucking lit, random shit happening, like, it's a movie. Like, I enjoy that, but I knew I was going to have to take a break at some point, and so the last, literally, it's probably been 3+ months since I've been to a club, bro. Like, I haven't been to.
We haven't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I honestly, like, you've been working. I haven't been seeing you as much because I know you've been working.
Mm-hmm.
But, bro, I've been, like, having, like, 17, 18-hour days.
Yeah.
And I wake up without being tired, bro.
That's
Because I'm
good.
so inspired, bro, every single day. So it's been feeling really, really good.
Yeah.
And there's always random shit popping up during the day. A lot of innovation going on, preparing for 2024.
Yeah.
I've been excited since yesterday
Yeah,
for this.
2024. Lit.
This is
No,
our
but
year, Kobe. This is
Also,
the Kobe
too,
year.
Yeah. Also, too, like my son's getting older, getting bigger, bro. So he I'm more involved, if that makes sense. Like he wants me there more.
You just can't leave.
Yeah, I can't. I
I
other than
understand that.
Like, just really been enjoying that, bro. Really been like taking myself out of like basically all that club shit is fun, bro. We know that's gonna be the next year. You know that's gonna be there the year prior, but like moving forward with business, trying to make more money, trying to do bigger things, bro. Like that time is more valuable and important than a night out, you know, because we can always do that whenever we want.
You know what the best feeling is to me?
What?
When I wake up the next morning, I didn't go out. I'm like, damn, I feel good. Let's get to
Yeah,
it. It's like
yeah.
5 in the morning.
No, facts.
Other than that, like
You
when I
go
do
to the
go out,
gym too. You go to the gym every day.
every day, like
Yeah, you
6 in the
feel
morning, I'm in
better,
the gym.
Better workouts.
Honestly, that lifestyle is way better to me than
Mm-hmm.
going to other countries and other states and going out and do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is better than you come back and you have your daily schedule. Like going out in LA is like when you went out to every single club 100 times, you're over it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like you really get over it, but then you like going out in other places and other cities and you really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like right now, LA lifestyle is really burnt out, but we got the Super Bowl coming here. We got Olympics. We have the World Cup in here. We have a lot of dope shit coming to the city. So hopefully it gets better around that time. And there's always good nights around LA. The
Yeah.
events, honestly, I like going to events more than parties.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even like people hit me up weekly, bro, and like, yo, how you been? We haven't seen you. I'm like, yeah, I've been inside. I've been focused. I'm focused on other bigger shit right now, you know? And it's like I don't even miss it at all anymore. And not just that, I'm saving a shitload of money, bro.
That's
So
good.
that's even better, you know?
100%, bro. Other than that, bro,
How you been? How's everything?
I've been great, bro. Like I said, I've been inside the other day, probably last Sunday. I went to Duno's homie's funeral, bro. Not funeral fundraising.
Yeah.
And so pretty much they had food for sale. They had mole with the macaroni. I don't know what that dish is called. Gas. I had flan, gas, and then they had micheladas and every single thing over there. But I had to go to the gym, so I didn't get turned. But I was around all the homies, but like literally the homies. So pretty much this young 17-year-old kid passed away due to violence. You know what I mean? He got shot. Rest in peace to you. You feel me? Showed up to do a fundraiser and bought a lot of I just was like, I don't want anything. Just you feel me? Just give me a plate of food. I'm good.
Right.
Showed love to them, and then I was talking to Duno. And I started talking to the homies that were his homies. They're all younger, bro. They're like in the 21, 22.
Yep.
And they're like all together. I took a picture with them. Feel me? All that. Then one of the, the guy that passed away, his homies came up to me. He goes, talking to me. He was like, hey, Big Chief, da-da-da-da. And I was like, it's dope being around here with all these people. He goes, it's sad that we only get together when someone passes away.
Yeah.
And it's tragic. And like we never go barbecue and stuff with each other and go do stuff. Like it's only when something like this happens, and it happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at this like, damn, like I told him, I was like, but there's more to life that if you put yourself in a different environment, bro, you'll literally succeed, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the homies that was right there at the house had literally a cast on his foot and a tag because he got bit up by a dog because the police came in the front yard and bit up. So it was
Shit.
I was in the hood at this place. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at these people like, damn, like this kid told me, he goes, but I'm doing better for myself. I'm starting a clothing brand, about to be big, I'm about to send you some shit. And I was like, for sure, lock in. He was like, I'm gonna hit Duna, send you that shit. I was like, bet.
Dope.
I was standing right there, there was a kid sitting on the step of stairs from across the fence, and he goes, Big Chief! I was like, yo, this is lit.
Yeah.
But it really affected me when I was standing there and I was talking to the guy because he had the same mindset as me, but he was in a different environment, bro. And he goes,
that's what I was thinking.
and he said everything's so beautiful, bro. And I was standing there talking to him. I was like, hey, I appreciate your good words, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally. But the main thing that I want to ask you, like, why do people like get together only when like not a lot of people, but majority of the people get together only when there's tragedy happening? Why don't? Because I know we all have all our separate lives, right?
Right.
And then we always have something going on. Maybe going here this weekend or going there. As a team, we do come together and go have dinners and everything.
Right.
But as a conglomerate of homies outside of us in this world, bro, people don't get together and go do stuff until something crazy happens.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Tragedy brings people
ask
together.
You that same question, because like honestly, we talk about like our circle matters. That the people you're around 90+% of your time in life dictate your future. And I hate to say that, but it's just it is what it is, right? And shit, like me personally, like I've missed out on a lot of shit that I kind of don't want to talk about, family shit. But like when I go back, I'm like, dang, like I missed this feeling of being with the family. But then with certain friends, like certain friends that you haven't seen in a while, it's like, oh, water. If you get them a water. Yeah, sorry. Certain friends that you haven't seen in a while that we talk about that we don't make time for because we're so focused on our business, like it's always cool every now and then to link up with them, bro. But to do it often is not. I just don't.
I'd rather them to come to my environment.
Or it's like it could be mutual, you know. But or like what we do is we create like barbecues. Like every now and then we'll barbecue, right? Oh, let's go to Slim's. We barbecue, shit like that. We invite the squad, whoever could come. Every now and then we'll do a team dinner. You know what I'm saying? Or like some of us we travel together more than the others, and then sometimes the others will travel with these people, you know? So it's like, it's all like slight balance with us, but at the same time, it's like when it comes to family or close friends, bro, it's just because everyone's caught up in their own life, bro. And that's just the best way I could put it. What do you think?
I couldn't put it any better, bro. You feel me? But a lot of people, ego stand in the way too at times, and some people are just like, nah, like we'll eventually get together, and then next time you get a call and you're like something happens and you're like, oh, we're together and we're but that's not. Is that truly your circle?
No, but yeah, it depends what circle.
That's not your inner
about.
circle.
Yeah,
that's your people though.
Yeah,
but I don't think. I think we should be with the people that really matter to us and care about us. And if you truly care about you should definitely be there for them, not just when something happens like that. Right. You should reach out and say, hey, how's your day going?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing? Good. See you, bro. Or see you, mom. Or see you, dad. Or see you, cuz. Or see you, whatever.
Even a happy birthday when it's their birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Or, hey, I hope you have a great week to one of your little cousins or whatever. You feel me? Whatever it is. But the effort goes both ways.
Yeah. No, like, sometimes, like, I have a bunch of homies on Instagram that are really cool with, but they're either in different states or where we live far from each other. But like, whether if it's a family member or a friend, whether I haven't talked to you in a year, 2 years, or months, if I genuinely am cool with them, I will DM them if it's their birthday, happy birthday. Or because I do watch people's stories, and then if I see that they're doing good shit, I'll be like, yo, I've been kind of peeping you. Like, I'm happy for you. Happy to see everything's working out. Like, I hope everything is well and take care, you know? They were like, dang, thanks, Joe. Like, that was, you know, we haven't.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, that's why we have social media, and then you could use it for positivity like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can really reach out and stay connected to people.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you only had people's phone numbers, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, you could call them, and then pretty much.
We'd want to see each other in person back then.
Nah, check this out. Imagine we were back then.
Yeah.
Joe, if you meet, I have to literally, before pagers, I have to call your house phone.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have to hit the little thing. It's a little thing that you have. It's not buttons. It's a little, you got to hit the little thing and give out, and then it rings. And then you literally pick up from that one call. I'm like, is Joe there? Someone random can pick up.
Yeah.
You don't know who it is. You know what I mean? So, and they go, okay, let me get Joe. Then they go get you, hey, so-and-so on the phone with phone over there. You know what I mean? Bro, I don't know why I have to put it in perspective because all this different. Imagine you're having a good night at the club, the local pub, and you meet a couple biddies, you know what I mean? And one of them gives you your phone number, and you call them, and the dad picks up. Hello? Who is this? Can I speak to, who? And like, who is this? Da-da-da-da. So that's like, There was a lot of cock blocking going on back
I
then.
used to get excited when I got a phone call, bro.
But you feel me?
Yeah.
But now it's like you can hear directly do it. You ain't got no cock blocks in the middle.
Yeah.
But that's wild to even think about. Like someone's mom, sister, cousins, whatever, cock blocking from some girl. Now it's like we don't even care what you exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until later, you know what I mean? If it matters.
Yeah.
So it's like straight direct. I like that.
Bro, I don't know about you when you got your. I don't know how was it when you got your first cell phone, but I was in like middle school when I got my first cell phone. But my dad did it where it was like you pay for a certain amount of minutes, and then that's what you have.
That's what it was back then, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, for the most part, there were plans.
It wasn't unlimited back then, was it?
No. There was just plans with like. So, but my dad, yeah. So that's how it was. And I would go over the fucking minutes, bro, and I'd run up my dad's bill, and I'd get so sad. Like
it doubles it.
Yeah, I'd feel so, because I don't know what it was, like 5 or 20 cents extra a minute after. I feel bad, but I used to run it up, bro, because I'd be talking to the biddies and shit like that late at night. And I'm in middle school, you know how you be cupcaking?
You would get mad, huh?
Well, when you seen the bill, you know? But then that's when I got a job in high school and it paid back. But yeah, bro, back then that was crazy. Even the chirp, all that shit. I almost got a pager in middle school. I was like, Dad, get me a pager. But then cell phones came out, and I was like, nah, give me a cell phone.
Bro,
cool.
like, remember, I don't know if you ever made an international call, but you had to go get a card.
No.
And you had to load the minutes on your card,
Mexico,
and then you have to go get the card. You can use a Mexico card, but they used to slang the fuck out of those at the
Yeah,
gas
bro.
station, bro. Now, you know, those things don't even exist
That's
anymore.
crazy.
Have any of y'all thought about that? Like, you used to go to,
I know
that's a real reflection of time change.
Anyone born 2016, 15 up don't know nothing about that, bro.
Bro, y'all don't ain't never seen those the Mexican green card, or the little green cards with the Mexican flag on there, and there's a bunch of other countries that you have to load. It's like it costs a lot of money to go call on the phone. It's like, I don't know how much it is, like $1 a minute in some countries. It's ridiculous.
It's expensive.
It's very expensive. Like, you gotta pay $60 an hour some places.
It's crazy, bro. Time has changed.
There's no Skype back then. There's none of that. Like, if you haven't seen that person, either write them, bro. Before even cell phones, before the tick 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 tick. Remember that shit?
Bro,
You feel me?
We used to be on AOL messaging people, bro. Did you do that?
Yeah, I never really did that, but I was there. I seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I seen the AOL yellow guy.
Yeah.
Right there.
That was big,
Remember the DSL thing goes.
Oh, bro, that was annoying. Yeah, I remember that, bro. I remember that for sure,
Bro, you cannot be on a computer at nighttime
No.
in the house. That shit loud as a
No, I
motherfucker.
think what it was too, if you had to connect the phone line into the computer, right? So no one could use the phone. That's crazy as fuck, bro.
Sheesh.
And no one,
Sheesh.
bro, this newer generation would never know about that.
Bro, imagine if you just take them 10 years back. They'll fucking freak the fuck out.
10 years, yeah, for sure.
They'll freak out. No
Completely
Instagram.
different. Yeah.
Just Facebook? Who is all these creepy people? Just kidding. Yeah, people had MySpace.
MySpace.
Hey, but when MySpace, you had to turn the computer or phone down, or the computer down, because their song would start playing.
Yeah.
Some people had horrible songs.
Bro, that's why, like, when MySpace, and then I think, in my opinion, like, the next big thing around that was Twitter. When Twitter started coming out, it blew the fuck up. It's still big right now.
It was nonstop.
But that was, like, to me, the biggest fucking app. Everyone was tweeting. You keep up with everything, bro. Like, everything. Everyone was using that shit.
And you can see other people's likes, conversations, and everything.
I'd be on that shit mad too, like crazy.
You know what made
day.
me mad though?
What?
The Snapchat close friends. They used to show you top 3 friends, and you go look at the homies thing, it's the same girl, and you're like, damn, ruthless.
Snapchat was crazy too, bro. I like when it came out. I liked it.
I like Snapchat, and when they removed the fucking friends, that like your top thing, I used to get in trouble, bro.
Oh,
I didn't realize for the longest, like, why did we always be mad and I always get caught up,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It says it there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
And they know what's going on.
damn, talking to all the friends.
Yup. For sure, bro. Be sliding all
But
that shit.
we started doing this with the homies, like, hey, keep it back and forth, like 50, 60 messages in a row, right? So you stay to each other's friends, but you can message anybody.
Yeah.
So, like, it showed 10, then it showed 3. I was happy when it showed the 3. Then you could, like, easily, like, get through it, you know?
Do you have Snapchat right now?
I don't think I've used Snapchat for 2 years.
I haven't used it and I deleted the app, but I would get notifications of like old shit back, like you know how it
Memories.
shows, yeah, memories, right? I'm like, geez, this app is old as fuck. Cause I'm looking at myself back like when I'm like 23, 24. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is crazy. A completely different mindset, different priorities, different cares, and you know what I'm saying? Like, just like I don't know, bro. Like, all right,
Different.
just different. Like, all right, let's fuck it. Let's go right here. The happiness back then when you don't have that many responsibilities is completely different, bro. Like you're just like you're just living life, you know what I'm saying? At that young age, you're not really like majority of the time at that young age of high school and college phase, you're not really like
I was stressing, my boy.
no, well, like besides
I had
like
to get to it.
like besides like that shit, like cuz I'm not gonna lie, like
I stress less now.
like I
sure.
was struggling. I'm not gonna lie, like you know, I like whatever. But I was a college student, barely had any money, so I feel you. But like what I'm talking about is like when you go, oh, let's just go to the bar. Oh, let's just hang out with the homies at a house party. Like
Oh, spontaneous shit.
yeah, like just being able to move without like thinking about shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still young as fuck. You're going through your shit, but at the same time, like. That half of that at nighttime, you're just trying to have a good time, and you just don't give a fuck about other shit. You know, you do when you gotta deal with that shit, but like when you're out with your boys or if you're just having a good time, bro, you're not really worried about it because you're still young, bro. And I used to tell myself, I'm young. Like this hard shit I'm going through, I'm young, bro. It's part of it. Like life is gonna get better.
It builds you as a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at this point that I'm sitting here right now, I have all these resources. And I'm like, bro, if I work so hard right now, I probably don't have to work for the rest of my life again.
Yeah.
But I still will because I get bored, bro.
Yeah.
Like me, I like to put in work. I like to do stuff because it gives me a look endorphins. You know what I mean?
Right.
It gets me going. But other than that, bro.
But this type of hard work, this is my opinion.
Uh huh.
I've worked hard ass jobs, like real labor ass jobs. That shit was hard.
UPS driver is crazy.
Yeah, FedEx driver. That
same thing.
And construction work in between, and just bodybuilding and training clients. Like that's a lot more stress and labor. I mean, physical stress, and whatever on your body. You know.
You don't think that prepares you?
No, it does. It does. But like now moving forward, it's like I'm not. I'm working hard, more smarter
Not
than
harder.
physical. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling someone the other day, like. These decisions I make nowadays are bigger than what the decisions I used to make back in the days because my decisions impact a lot more. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like I told him I was like mentally, it's a lot more than the physical shit. But that physical work when I worked at FedEx, bro, I was like only like really slaving, bro. Like that shit was crazy. But now it's like okay, I'm working hard with my mind. I'm working hard trying to figure out resources that I have to allow me to elevate, level up, make more money type shit. Like, it's more about right here now and the people around me than my physical, like me being like.
There's people waking up 4 a.m. being construction workers right now, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they work until like 3, 4 p.m., then going home and doing it the next day again over and over. So I'm really grateful for what I do because I know when I do work these jobs, I would pray for days like these, you know? So I'm really grateful in the fact of it because, bro, I literally catch myself every single day just smiling for a reason. Not for no reason, the reason. Like, dude, the only issues that I have right now is maintaining what I have. And that is different.
Yeah.
When you have to get what you got to go get to, then maintaining it.
Yeah.
When you get to, that's going up and you'll meet a lot of connections. Even though you'll fall, you can come back up, right? But maintaining is just not maintaining it like this. It's a steady line. But growth in the factor of steady growth. You're not in the same place as yesterday or last year, right? And it's more scary than not putting in the work because you don't want to be in the same place as last year. You want to be more forward with it, right?
Facts.
And then you get the priorities that you own this. This is like your baby, right? And pretty much like you're not getting sleep on the weekends. You're not getting sleep here and there. But it's like I get my sleep, but I don't stress for a reason. But I know when I immediately wake up and I make my priority on my times because I schedule it, I have to do what I have to do because no one's going to do it for me. So I don't stress out. I put my chest out.
Yeah.
Weight on my shoulder, bring the best out.
Yeah.
Get right or you get left out. You know what I mean? So that's the mentality that I'm approaching every day.
Yeah.
I got to get it right or get left out of what I'm doing, and I'm going to lose it all.
Yeah.
And I have to work harder to maintain it. So like Nip says, it's literally closer where you got to get to than turning back because you literally climbed so much. Why would you stop? You know what I mean? So it's easier to wake up in the mornings. It's easier to do everything. So I'm really grateful because back in the day, we would pray for being a Rolls Royce or being around certain or hanging out with Wiz.
Yeah.
Not
or now my biggest thing is
or meeting Wiz. You feel me?
Living check to check was my biggest thing.
Majority
That
of
was my
America
biggest
lives
thing.
checks
Yeah.
to check. They
I
don't
was
know
like, I
when their
can't-
next meal is going to be on their table.
Yeah.
They don't have IDs. They don't have. They're just so behind and trying to catch up.
Yeah, a lot of people are in credit debt, and that's part of life. But like my thing was like I couldn't
Lot-
wait to
a
get
lot.
out of that position, bro.
But everyone's starting line is different. It's all about the finish line. If you really put in the work and sacrifice sleep, sacrifice fun, sacrifice listen to this, quality time with your loved ones to build something, then later on you can actually give them all the quality time and more than they can ever imagine. And that's the investment that you really have to take to crawl out the gutter.
Yeah, at the end of the day, money rules this fucking world, bro. And
Money is energy.
Yeah, and it's ultimately it's
Energy
like it's
runs-
up to you
runs
guys
the
like
world.
what you want, how you want to live, and how much money you want to in your bank account. Because honestly, my biggest thing is always like reflect on it is living check to check. Never want to be in that position, and I never now because of what I'm doing now, I'll never be in that position.
How do you have to be then? What's financially free to you?
Basically being able to have money to pay all my bills without being anything late, have money in my account to where I can make a decision without second guessing it, where I don't have to put in a credit card, and being able to give money to my family every month.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's like those are my real main things why I wanted what I do with my money. And then now I'm in a situation where I can invest money into other businesses like AMG. You know what I'm saying? Next year I'll be doing great. Year after that I'll be really big, you know?
You know what a good thing, how to put it in the short term? Financial freedom is doing what I want whenever I want.
Yeah.
Simple as that. That's financial freedom.
I'm with that, yeah.
No one's going to tell me when to wake up. No one's
Yeah.
going to tell me when to sleep, except for myself, because me versus me.
That's where I'm at. Look.
But the thing
Hold
is,
on.
you're. I understand. Never to the fact of that. But showing up is half the battle. You have to show up.
Yeah, agreed. But like right now, like back to what he says, like, look, I used to wake up at 4 a.m, go to work, get off at 6:30 p.m., you know, work holidays, work 6 days a week, like real grind type shit, and still not be able to have all the money I needed, and I was working long. But now that I'm in this position that I work my ass off for, I could wake up whenever I want. I sleep in with my son every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta answer anyone. I still do what I do. Every year I'm making more. Every year I'm doing bigger things, which allows me to maintain this sleep schedule and this life that I live. But at the end of the day, like I said, and I'm proving it, like my money's gonna grow. My business is gonna grow.
Yes.
Everything's gonna grow.
Everyone works different ways for
Yeah,
sure. But remember
yeah.
what I said earlier. Don't take this personal.
I'm not.
So remember I said when you sacrifice a lot of quality time and go harder because you're working smarter, right? And use all that hours, 18 hours in a day to 15 hours to 12 hours in a day as a young age right now and work smart. And now you paperwork, every single thing, maintaining every single aspect, being really smart with it, right? And you give all your efforts, it'll build us twice as fast. But you know that money's not worth as much as you being with your quality time or whoever it is. You know what I mean? So
My biggest.
that factor, can I just?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say the higher person of God gives everybody different blessings, right?
Right.
And that money can't buy.
Yeah.
Kind of
Facts.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people have more time than others to do certain things. Remember, you were implementing that earlier. You can't just go do when you know what I mean.
Right.
But those are certain choices that you make, and those are certain choices that affect your time, your time in the long run. How it affects your health of your life and everything else. You know what I mean? So success is based upon what you want to do and when you want to do with who you want to do it, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But if you really stay down in your craft and you stay a lot of time, it's like being sick with it. Nothing matters more, right?
Right.
I believe that you'll literally make it happen faster.
So no, I absolutely agree with you.
But you see,
Yeah.
it's not about it's a marathon. It's not a race.
Yeah. But like, all right, so like what he said is absolutely true. And
It's
we
a marathon.
That,
That's the balance of life.
But then, like, you know, I'm gonna speak for other people that have other responsibilities,
Exactly.
or a family, or you got to watch your parents because they're sick, or a sibling that has issues, so they need 24-hour, whatever it is. You know, that's part of life. Like the way I live my life is like I want to do things for my kid that I didn't have. So like part of it was like, you know what, like I want to work hard now while my son was born, and before that I was working my ass off to be where I'm at now. It's like, okay, I want to be there for my kid because my dad was working a lot, right, to pay the bills, and we were still struggling, but he was not there that much growing up, you know?
I feel you on
so
that
it's
one.
like now that I built a life that I can control my schedule and still make really good money, I could be there for my kid and control my schedule to the T, and I have a team around me that can do what I need them to do if I can't be there and still make the good money. And then at the same time, I have so much time and so much knowledge that I'm already pre-planning other shit for my future, for my kids' future, and just to do better in life overall. At the end of the day, it's like I always said, I don't want to be a billionaire. I just want to be financially successful. So I'm able to balance my life to where I could be a great father, I could be a great friend, and I also be a great business partner. And it's about balance, and he has his own balance, and that's why it's like a little different. But I understand and I agree with he's saying. And for the people that are seeing both sides, at the end of the day, you still got to have a mindset of wanting to win in life rather than just settle for life, you know? So
That's the best thing you ever said on this pod. We're like 80 episodes in.
Whoa. I be dropping gems sometimes.
Nah. You be dropping gems, but that's probably, if you didn't hear what we just said in the past like 15 minutes, that is literally the balance of life, how you have to take it. There's no motherfucking excuse. If you want to win and you have the mindset to do it, you will fucking come out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They call this thing a really, not a miracle, but this is actual thing that goes on. Mm-hmm. You know what you think in your brain all day? Imagine till you wake up, till you go to sleep, and when you go to sleep till you wake up and repeat, right? Whatever you think, that's what your life becomes. Mm-hmm. You think of shit, that's what your life is. But if you think of positivity, wealth, knowledge, love, gratitude, right? Mm-hmm. Your life will flourish itself, and that's the other half of the battle.
You will prevail.
It's like you're asking for fruit, but you don't want to shake the tree for the fruit to drop. Mm-hmm. That's your own fault. You know what I mean? Yeah. Take a step. Like the thing is, do it now. Take a step forward, whether it's 5 minutes out of the day or 18 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
Yep.
Consistency is key.
Yep.
And then run your race. You know what I mean? It's a marathon.
Yeah.
We're back from the intermission. We added our homie. This is my homie Marco.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
I've been knowing Marco for a minute now. When I was just starting with Big Chief, I was like a representative, and I walked into the store. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I met Virgil, I met Marco, Aaron, met a bunch of dope people, but those people really to this day I talk to, and Marco has been with me for a while. I've been seeing him at events. I've seen him doing this thing. He has his own consultation company now. But he's in the cannabis industry. He's been every single part from the buying manager to working the front to like literally or like being part of with brands. So
yeah,
I wanted to bring bro in, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to you. I love, bro. Thank you for all the love you've been showing me. People outside the camera don't know this man really shows me love. So I appreciate you, bro. My brother.
That's what's up, bro. Absolutely, man. Ain't no doubt about that, man. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm very thankful.
I see the lighter. I'm so sorry, bro.
Lighter troubles. I got an extra one for you.
Yeah, I'm thankful. I'm appreciative of my bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching his journey, like he said, 2019, and he been working hard,
18.
man. 18
from when I met you.
Yeah, 18. Yeah.
18, 19, yeah.
And been working real hard ever since, you know what I'm saying? And I've been watching his growth, his grind, his hustle, his persistence. Everything, his patience, his positivity. I mean, all those things add up, you know, to where he is today and why the company is where it is today. And I'm somebody I could speak for him, you know what I mean, and not even being biased. I'm just calling a spade. You know what I'm saying? And
You seen us when motherfuckers are going into dispensaries trying to build a brand. That's the crazy part. Like, I didn't even recognize him till he came in here, and it's like he said
Joe
we met
walked
a
into
few
a
times.
dispensary when he was trying to be a rep, and then he met him.
Yeah.
He goes,
a
"Who's
while
Joe?"
ago. A while ago.
yeah.
Shit's
And that's why I
crazy.
still got his phone number.
You probably do.
I got your phone
yeah.
number. Remember, I busted it out yesterday. I go,
You
"Who's
showed-
Joe?"
No, you.
Big-
What's it called? What's it called? You came by because I was what's it called? Virgil placed an order there, and but he placed it at Soto for
Yeah.
all of them, right? That's what he does.
Yeah.
And then he went by Melrose, I believe, that week or something. And he
Yeah.
talked to you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he gave
We
you your
chopped it
number.
up.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we chopped it up.
Yep.
And then he kind of just spearheaded after that.
Yeah, because I knew that once he told me about Virgil and the other one, I was like, oh, leave it alone. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
but
that's
it's all together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah,
Got you. Yeah, I
Shout
remember,
out
bro.
California Cannabis, bro. Virgil's an OG.
Day one.
Big time, big time. That's my big bro. You know, I rep all day. That's my big bro. You know, the truth. You know, I'm a rep a little tough because some of us been around for a long time. I joke around about this, but I'm gonna keep it a buck since I'm on camera and I get to finally say it and state it. In the game, I feel like some people like were turned into vampires, and some of us are like the original vampires. So I'm like an original vampire. I'm not somebody who had to get bitten into the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody who got bitten and got turned. I'm literally the person that's been turning. You know what I'm saying? I was born into this. I was born doing this. I'm from the Valley, 818, Burbank, California. I was here.
out to the
you know,
Valley.
I'm an 80s baby. You feel me? So
How long have you been in the game, bro?
20 years.
Damn. Okay, so, you know, everyone has a different story of how they got in. How did you get in?
I mean, I got in just because I've been watching. I've been selling, you know, since 1995 when I was just 12, and then 98. All those times started going a little harder.
The chronic?
And I was because I was hearing y'all earlier, and it's true. You know, weed does have a timeline, and it has appearances.
Yeah.
Like strains do have appearances, and OG did make its appearance in 1998. That's really when it started getting flooded in the Valley. You know, where I'm from. That's what we promote heavy, and that's what we've been promoting. But at that time, it was OG and BC, British Columbia. Those are the two that were ruling. So if you were smoking back then, you'd be smoking BC. Shout out to my British Columbia homies, bringing that from Canada. Yeah, I mean, you get that from Washington. So the OG was definitely like 1998. You know what I'm saying? And since then, it's what we all live and breathe. And I feel like even I touch base is something that you said earlier. To me, OG nowadays is like salt and pepper. What it is now it's like a main ingredient to make things fire, as opposed to being the main strain. You know, and like he touched base earlier said, and he said that it's hard to grow. It's absolutely hard to grow. It's one of the hardest things to grow. Not only that, it yields very little. And I think another reason to touch base on what you guys said earlier about, you know, quality and why it's changed and diminished is because if you really pay attention to what's going on, like the game changed. Nobody lets things grow full terms. That's going to completely change the true quality of the bud. The game became a money thing, so everybody's been chasing the bread. So since they've been chasing the bread, this changed. Quality changed in 2000.
They didn't even let it veg correctly. They're like, okay, we got to cycle. We got to get it down. We need this
Everybody
much,
want to cut down every 2 weeks. Everybody want to cut down in a month. You know what I mean? And back in the day, you know, we would do our 3 to 5 months at very minimum 3 months. And homies will easily tell you in 5 months it'll be ready. And usually that's when the gas was. But you made more money, so you could deal with low yielding plants.
The lights changed.
Yes, that's another thing. And the other thing is everybody started.
Nutrients changed.
Yeah, nutrients changed, and they started just growing shit that yields more.
Yeah.
You know, because you had to make up for the lack of the prices dropped so much that the shit that really to me the low yielding plants will always be the gassiest. That's why you don't see it because it's too low yielding, and until it could cost $3,000 to $5,000 like it used to, it won't make sense to grow it again.
They want 3 pounds of light.
You see what I'm saying?
They don't want. They don't want less than 2 pounds
so
of
because
light.
everybody wants they 3 pounds of light, you got to grow high yielding. So because you're growing high yielding is the reason why you're seeing a shift and a change, and you don't see certain things being grown.
Yeah.
Because there's no point to it. Like there's no money for it.
Yeah, like sometimes when I go into grows, like every grow is doing the same 3-4 week veg, and then like 2-3 week veg, and then they flip it into the flower.
Yeah.
And I always used to tell people like, bro, and they know, but it's the time.
It's the
They're
time.
trying to make more money quicker.
And everybody's chasing the dollar.
Yeah.
If you don't cut it down fast enough, you're gonna lose the person who's ready to spend. Everybody's worried about the person that's ready to spend.
Facts,
Because it's a buyer's market, not a. It used to always be a grower's market.
Yeah.
It's a buyer's market, so you're chasing the buyer.
Right.
And if the buyer's coming with $100K, $200K right then and there, and you're gonna tell him another 2 weeks, he's not waiting. He's gonna go with the guy who's got it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So the game done changed. In the past, there was more patience.
Yeah.
With
You
who
gotta have
you,
the right clientele.
yeah, and you do have to have the right clientele, of course, but that has been the shift of
Like if
of
I
the
had-
industry.
If I had my own grow, I would veg at least 4 or 5 weeks and flower that full 10 to 12 weeks.
That's
Yeah.
quality.
Because
That's quality.
I used to grow. And I love growing. It was just a lot to manage.
Yeah.
But I just feel like some of these plants, they're not letting it get to its full potential.
They're
is my
not.
point.
They're not, and that's the vast majority. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's the vast majority. That's what happens when things go commercial, just like anything else. Once you go commercial, it's just you got to mass produce. Mass production leads to cutting. It is what it is. I'm one of those people that I'm just gonna keep it a buck. You
Yeah.
check out my Instagram. I have my own agenda. I've been around for too long to hold back. I got to keep it a buck. I come with storylines and timelines. I can hit you with all kinds of stuff. So for me, I got to keep it a buck, and I got to expose the parts that are phony.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. Some people may not like it, but some shit is phony out there. The game has changed, and some of us know because we've been the magicians. I've been around so long, I knew all the tricks. We taught the tricks. It's always been about tricks in this game. You know what I'm saying? And not to go too, not to be negative towards it, but it's always been about tricks.
Yeah.
So when you find your good quality people, and you do find your good quality product, stick to it. The vast majority, I think, cats need to kind of get with it.
So
Yeah.
check this out. Let's go take it 12,000 years back to weed.
Yeah.
Y'all know where weed comes from, right?
What'd you say? China, Pakistan, or
Where do you think weed comes from?
Like the Asian what is it?
It's like Central, South
Central,
Asia,
yeah,
Southwest
South
Asia.
Asia,
So
yeah.
like pretty much Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, all there.
India.
That shit just grows there.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then in China too, it just grows there.
Yeah.
So like when people look at it over there, in sense of, because like my parents are from over there, right? It's frowned upon. They're like, if you smoke weed, it's like this really trashy.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Some people grabbed the seeds, took them to other parts in Europe, and started like growing them. Before that, like, you know how they know it gets you high? Literally, I'm pretty sure someone was out there long ass time ago, was having a fire, had to stay warm, and threw the weed leaves in there, this hypothetically. And then he was sitting there and the smoke was blowing towards him and he started getting hallucinating. He was like, and he seen the leaves he put in there, like, what the hell is this? Like, there's nugs of weed on there, right? And he was like, what the heck is this fruit? You feel me? But I don't think it goes way before that. Someone had to walk up on the weed thing and look at the fruit of the weed thing and like try to eat it. And they're like, this is wild.
Yeah.
Then they try to ferment it. And I'm sure they try to ferment it and drink it, right? Before even the tea.
Yeah.
And they got high for show. Yeah. I'm pretty sure weed was consumed ingestly before smoking it, huh?
I'm assuming.
What do you think?
Probably.
I'm
yeah.
assuming.
Give me your take.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so because people didn't know anything about it other than, it being a natural herb.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, they got to know this is a type of herb.
Yeah. And then I feel
That's
like
a good question.
I feel like
12,000 years back.
Yeah. No, and then I used to I don't know what it was. I watched this. I think it was on National Geographic or Discovery Channel, where like this guy went to, I think it was Asia and Jamaica, and the plants like don't look like the plants that we have over here.
It's on YouTube now. I see what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's an old video. It's like probably like 15, 20 years old.
Yeah.
So like he went out of the country just looking for where weed
The
originated.
gold, something gold.
Yeah, something like that where it originated from. So he was traveling out to countries like some parts of Asia and Jamaica.
Yeah.
And then he was just like trying their outdoor grow. And it just looked like he was just peeling it, taking it from the fucking thing, And then like it looks all airy. It looks like, like fucking cartel weed or like
Acapulco
strep.
gold.
They had to learn how to cure it.
That was the back in the day stuff. Acapulco gold.
shit.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Acapulco Gold. Yeah, that's the big. That was one of the strains
That's
that originated
crazy.
a lot of these
I'd
strains.
be so down to
Acapulco
try
gold.
something
Like
like
grandfather's strain.
Yeah.
Bro, but the thing is, you're gonna get a headache smoking it.
Really? Oh, because it's probably pesticides.
Not even
dirty.
pesticide. There's no pesticide. It's so fucking natural with sticks and seeds and all of that, right? It's like the quality of weed has such a low THC percentage. You're gonna have to smoke a lot of that shit to get you high, my boy. But what if you hit it and it smokes like the cannabinoid nodes on
he's
that
right.
motherfucker gets you so high?
The thing is that they would serve it to you by a lot.
Yeah.
Like a nickel bag was a fat ass bag.
Yeah, like
You feel what I'm
08.
saying? So you're right. Like
Yeah.
you have to smoke a lot of it, but they gave you a lot of it.
You ever smoke stress?
That's why our weed is too strong.
You ever smoke stress?
Absolutely. I come from all that. That's why I
yeah.
can't discriminate. I come from scratching resin out the bong.
Yeah.
You know, I come from all that.
Hey,
you
what
know,
do they call
scraping the
it?
resin out the pipes.
What do they call it? Like Mexican brickweed? You ever
Yeah.
smoke that?
Yeah,
Bro,
Arizona's
the
Yeah.
first time
Arizona.
I seen it, I open it and I go, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?" And I
Shout out
chipped
to
it,
AZ
and
on my
I put it in a
AZ.
bong and I smoked it and went.
It's some real,
Bro, that was
it
so
looks, It
bad.
looks like old branches with some leaves popping out of it. Some of it, it's like yellow green. It's old. It looks bad. It literally looks like chopped up oregano if you would break it down.
Yeah,
And now you stuff it, but they compact the fuck out of it, bro.
Yeah.
I've smoked- yeah.
Good AZ. And, I ain't going to try to give up the game, but y'all know, y'all probably seen it on TV, but my homies, we've been around. So what it is the browner it used to come is the longer it was in the tire. Because the way they transported it was in
The
tires.
tire.
Oh shit!
You feel me? So like when you transport the AZ, it's compact like that because you're putting in those big ass tires.
You ever
So-
smoking rotated
That's
weed?
crazy. I did too. But there used to be like different chronics, different like parts of stress, like from different, and it looked different. The nugs would look different.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I think the first weed I smoked was some orange kush, but then my boy had some other homie. This is high school. It's like I think it was purple chronic. And I smoked that. I got high as shit. And I was like, yo, chronic is fire too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I think at every stage, weed has been bomb to me.
Yeah.
I think at every stage of it, and I've been part of every stage. So, and I've seen, like I said, I'm an '80s baby. So, like,
Do you like newer
I
weed or
was-
you like original or like old school weed or like the new school?
I've found some new stuff that I can enjoy a lot. But I'm an OG head.
Okay.
But I don't find it the way I would like anymore.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what I'm
not the
saying?
same,
It's not.
bro.
It's not what I like of
Yeah.
it. So therefore, I've explored other things, and I've found recently some newer genetics. But when you look into them, they have OG in them. That's
Yeah.
why I say
Always has some type of
That's
OG
why I
in
say
it.
OG is like the salt and
ADL,
pepper
something.
now. OG's become an ingredient more than just a strain.
Yeah.
You know what I
Hey.
mean? If you look at it like food.
Go ahead now. What you gonna say?
We've told our crackhead stories of when we first smoked and shit like that. Do you have any like crackhead stories when you first smoked?
Crackhead stories, like just doing some dumb shit.
Yeah,
Like, tell
like-
an example how you smoked.
Like, I used to smoke. We used to break a can down, smoke
Oh,
out of
yeah.
a can.
Yeah.
But then I also used to low
Lug
key
nut.
take a pen cap.
Oh yeah, with the aluminum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
twist the aluminum and then twist the top.
I would put a lug nut in at the top.
Oh, I didn't get that. I didn't have lug nuts.
And then I would put the weed in there and then smoke that. I'm like, dang, like
Yeah, I did all that, bro. That's the aluminum, you know what I mean? The gravity bongs with the arrowhead cans and
Yeah.
tear them up at the bottom and go
Gravity
in the,
bongs were
and
the
go in the
littest.
bathtubs and fill up the bathtub and
You ever did apple?
apples, bro, pen, the tip of the pen. I mean, anything
When
that
we
had
were
a
young,
hole,
you definitely try to smoke every single
anything
week.
that had a
Everything.
hole and
Yeah.
had a passageway
Yeah.
for smoke
Yep.
became
A
pi-
piece. Yeah.
an item to smoke out
Bro,
of.
I don't think I've really. I used to rent out this apartment when I was like between 23 and 26 or whatever, and or this room at this house.
Yeah.
And I would smoke a piece in my room because I didn't want to go outside. But
Whoa.
I would or weed, but I would. But I would get this toilet paper.
The toilet paper.
Put a little air dryer thing in
Thing
there
in there,
with a rubber band.
You blow in
and then
there.
and then tissue at the end and a
Tissue at
rubber
the
band,
end,
and
and
then,
then
I
pause.
would blow in there and then it wouldn't
Pause.
smell. Pause. And I was like, yo, this shit. I seen a video on that on
Yeah.
YouTube. I was like, yo, this shit really works, bro.
yeah,
Funny ass fucking shit I used to do,
He
bro.
smoked in the airplane and he actually blew it on accident instead of blowing it in the toilet and flushing one
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah,
He
I've
was
done
like
that.
sitting
On
in
some
there and he's
dumb
like,
shit.
fuck.
I'm looking at the smoke like shit
I-
bricks.
I start to believe, personally, that I think those things worked, but I think I think they worked to a certain extent, and I think if our parents let it slide, it was just because they gave us props for effort.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, once you lit the bud,
whole house
at
smells
first,
like that.
it's
Yeah.
already gonna smell.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just the initial light up.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be Yeah, I mean,
The
so
energy-
I feel like they letting us slide just due to like, yo, you know, they trying.
Don't leave that
You know
apart.
what I'm saying?
When you let a blunt in a place like, let's just say casino or somewhere, tell me what the energy takes a smell 200 feet in every direction.
Yeah.
Like, you literally just go like this. You got a fresh blunt, you go, smells everywhere.
Yeah.
Boom. That's what I mean. Even without having to hit it. So imagine. A lot of times we out in our bedrooms.
Hey,
and
but what's the
whatever.
craziest place or the craziest way you ever smoked?
Craziest place, craziest way? Oh my God.
Either or.
Craziest place that I've ever smoked?
Like, I smoked on top of my middle school
Yeah, I mean,
during
yeah.
school.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not the smoking part, because I guess, you know,
Don't do that, kids.
Right. I used to take psychedelics during school.
Oh shit.
So
Like mushrooms?
acid and stuff. And
Like during
mushrooms.
class,
Yeah,
like
during school.
like during high school?
Yeah, absolutely. And career
So,
days and stuff.
Talk about it. So like,
day.
Remember career days? I used to be a career day blasted.
like you're the student
You're
or the career
different.
person?
Yeah, no, I
Bro
was
was
a
like,
student.
bro's like, I'm not.
Yo,
Bro's like, I'm not about to be none of these careers. I'm about to be high as fuck.
yeah, nah. Yeah, I used to, yeah.
Were you
be
the, answer my question. Were you the career person? Or the-
student. I was a student, bro. I was
So
a
you would be
student.
acided out. How the hell does that feel like?
Interesting, but it was just funny. You find everything funny. I prefer it over shrooms, if just to get into that topic. But it's just funny, you know, at that time, especially because it's the beginning of you experiencing it and stuff. And I was using it quite often, so I like to use it in different environments to see how I could hang, like to see how I could make sure the environment don't manipulate me, and I could control myself throughout its manipulation, because those type of shits take you somewhere else, no matter where you at. So it was my way of always testing my strength in my mind and shit. Like, you know what I mean? But always laughing, like, uncontrollably.
So I kind of want to pivot a
So
little
if you
bit.
see Joe's face, you're like, just kidding.
It'd be trippy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of want to pivot a little bit because I want to get into the weed industry because you've been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
Like, compared to what it used to be when it just started, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where it's at now, what do you think of, like, the overall, like, I guess I would say the process of getting, let's just say, open up a dispensary, the whole tax from the metric and shit like that we got to pay. Like,
Yeah,
what do you think
it's
about
just a
all
bad
this?
look. It
That
hurts the
30% is
game. It
fucking
just hurts
crazy.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the taxes just hurt the game, man. That's really the big switch up. The taxes, and one of the big things, that's the truth also, you know, however anybody, it's also the limitation on how much you could buy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You only buy 8 grams of
limitations on how
extracts.
much you could buy, and also
Ounce of
taxes. It sucks, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who are you to tell somebody who does want to spend $2,000-$3,000 and does want to buy a whole bunch of shit? They're gonna buy it somewhere anyways.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's limiting the business.
Yeah, because the normal is ounce, right? The most someone could buy weed or flowers.
You know
an
what makes
ounce.
me really upset though at the topic? So California really wants to like save off of trash and stuff, right? So you can only have 1 gram cartridge. You can't have more than 1 gram. Like imagine having a 2 or 3 gram cartridge, and that will save so much other packaging, and then the customer can buy it like in bulk. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, right there, and they can smoke on the thing for a long time. Like if you go nicotine over there, there's 3 gram freaking nicotine things that last or like 10,000 puffs and shit. You feel me? And I'm like, okay, how come you can't have 3.5 grams of weed inside of one product?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is you
Yeah.
can buy 8 of weed, but you can't buy 8 of concentrate. You can buy actually 24 grams of weed, like an ounce, but you cannot buy one at one time. But with you can't buy more than 8 grams of concentrate.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they did that math. The math is not mathing.
No, the math is not mathing, and then per POS, it also doesn't make sense because sometimes those
Save
math
the
doesn't
environment,
match.
California. Let us do more than 1 gram vapes, and people will love those.
Yeah. So limitations to answer that,
Yeah.
and taxes. You know, people gotta be able to buy more
Yeah. And then there's also like
and
this,
not buy for as much.
Yeah. I just feel like it's making it harder for these dispensaries or these brands to stand on their own 2 feet without having to do the other shit.
Stuff's a lot of creative outlet too that we want to do.
Big time. I mean, big time, and everybody knows it. It's not a mystery, you know.
We have to work around the guidelines.
Yeah, it's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. Everybody knows it, and everybody's being forced to. You know, it's puppeteers doing it. They know what you're doing. They're forcing you to do it. They know you if you're surviving. You have to make certain decisions to survive.
Right.
Because they're limiting your true survival, you know, by what they do with their laws and taxations and stuff. So I'm totally against it. I think it's terrible. And you got to kind of just ride with it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why right now it's really just important to have a solid business, you know, have at least consistent sales, keep your valuation. You know, now we're speaking words like mergers, acquisitions, valuations, everything's so corporate, but it's what you got to do, unfortunately, and fortunately, you know.
And I feel like what we talked about, how like pounds used to be 3,000 to over 2,000. Now it's 1,200, 1,500, whatever. Like dispensaries, like you go, there's so many dispensaries now in California or in LA that like you could get the same product $5 cheaper. So now like I just feel like the game is getting not saturated, but it really matters, like, because there's so many different businesses. It really matters that you stamp yourself by marketing your brand, your business consistently.
You put a lot of back end work.
A lot of shit.
events, a lot of.
And I bring this up because a lot of people are like, when you hear people, I bet you hear it too, like you tell people you're in the cannabis industry, like, yeah, damn, there's a lot of money in that. But you also need a lot of money to survive in the cannabis industry.
They're trying to kill all the mom and pop shops, pretty much. If you got like a lot of these corporate dispensaries that got a lot of of money in the backing and stuff, those are the only ones that can survive and pay those taxes and pay the employees and pay their bills on time, right? Other than that, a lot of these people aren't even paying their bills on time. Like they know they're gonna get their product and not pay you back, and they're all nice about it, and then they block your number. And like, bro, the industry's so tiny. How are you gonna keep doing that? Eventually, it's gonna. Like they're just in there for the quick haul, and then there's people that are working their ass off trying to grow brands and stuff.
Yeah,
that are like some people are trying to gatekeep. Yeah. Some brands are trying to pay other brands so they won't be on the shelf. It's like a lot of dirty things that are going on in this game. There's a lot of politics when you see it, and when you're in your own lane trying to do dope things and creating something for the people.
Yeah,
we're in a war. We're fighting against this.
Yeah, big time.
It's like it's not a war with like violence. It's a mental warfare at this point to see who will survive. You know what I mean? So a lot of these mom and pop dispensaries, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he was like, dang, because I got to pay taxes too. But they're like, the CDTFA is like literally on us and trying to pay taxes. Yeah. Like I was telling Marco, the smartest thing to do is like, look, the brand, like, so how it works is the customer has to pay the tax, right? To the dispensary, and the dispensary has to pass on that tax to the CDTFA, which is the tax board for the government, for the state of California.
For the state of California, yep.
Let's say for the state of California, right? So a lot of these like dispensaries, bro, they pay a lot of these vendor off, and then some shit doesn't sell, and they have to pay that, and they have to pay the employees, so they're not managing money correctly, right? And they're not getting that tax money put into the side, they're not getting the profits put into the side, and their overhead they're not putting into the side. You know what I mean? And the re-up money, that was the overhead. You feel me? Yeah. Imagine fucking off your re-up money, you're fucking off your profit, and you're fucking off your tax money.
Yeah.
If you're a big corporation, you can keep compiling that and show it over the thing, you know what I mean? You took the loss, but you created something in the time period of time and you survived. Now you're a dispensary because they lowered the taxes, and now you can survive. That's the game plan, bro. It's so crazy. Yeah. They're not going to lower the taxes until a lot of these people can't survive. So they call it a survival of the fittest.
So basically, like, part of the dispensary's issues too with everything you're saying is basically I feel like most dispensaries are trying to do terms or nets. And for a business standpoint, it makes sense. But I also feel like some dispensaries are using the term to give them time to pay off other people that they owe because the business might have been slow. Yeah. So they're trying to pay off the orders that they took in. And I feel like that's affecting this industry as well.
That's not correct. Yeah, that's horrible, bro.
Yeah. And I think we were talking about that yesterday briefly. And to be honest with you, and for the audience, it's always been that way. Yeah. That hasn't changed. That's always been the mentality, and it's always been I've always been on the ownership or the retail side of things. So I've always been the one that had to serve all these people. I'm talking about since day one. Anybody in the Valley knows me. Anybody from any of these places, I've been pumping stores. That's what I'm known for. I've been pumping stores. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know the the mind of the owner hasn't changed. You feel me? The mind of the guy who's always owned it or has the mentality and has the bread has not changed. The language has only changed. And I used to educate people and tell them that in our times, the word was consignment. Now the word is terms. But when you would walk in with your packs to sell a pound to a shop, because that's before there was brands and shit, how would people have their product is because a grower would pull up and bring some packs.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to buy it,
Yep.
right? So that's just how it is.
So bad.
And that's how it always was. And that's what I come from since it began.
Yeah.
And with that being said, consignment was the word to be cautious of, right? But it's turned into terms. But consignment always came with the idea of, I'm not planning on paying you back, because all it is like we discussed, it's the bank.
Yeah.
It's the banking thing. We've always called it the bank. You know, you use whoever sells the most, because obviously that one sold out, but you owe other people. And you just start, it's like a bank.
Yeah.
You can either create the relationship with the bank, or you can like literally get in debt with the bank.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's one of those. And then obviously there's situations, you know, I know where I've been around for a minute. That's why I have some established relationships and some good ones, because wherever I was at, whoever I rocked with, I did my absolute best that they got paid throughout my 20 years of doing it. Some cases I couldn't always pull the string as best as I would like, but I tried because I knew everybody's intention. I rock with all these people behind the scenes. I know how everybody thinks.
Yeah,
I taught them.
You know what it made me do?
I taught them how to think, how they think.
You know what it made me do, bro? Marco?
It's conniving. It's wicked.
It
It's
made
sad,
me.
but
It
it's
made
the
me
truth.
turn everybody. It made me turn all my accounts that I had net into COD.
Yeah.
COD is my favorite word right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cash on drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
COD.
Yeah.
I want my money here. I want my money now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
It's very sad, but it's
Because I know
You gotta do your-
what my brand sells, right? If my brand sells, why wouldn't you pay me on time or just give me a head so you can pay everything off in the thing?
Yeah.
Why are you just holding that money? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I always have this mentality that I've been saying for the past 2023, which is really working. If you ain't got $5,000, I can't fuck with you.
yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't got that $5,000, like you're just gonna use me as a bank instead of build. You feel
Period,
me?
period,
Especially if you've been open for a bit.
Yeah.
If you're a new store and you're opening,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
one
feel me?
advice-
Let's build a relationship on a few drops on the order,
Yeah.
and maybe let's do net 7. You know what I mean? And then when you pay me back, that's good.
Yeah.
But it's better right now. These brands are getting smart because now they're doing like hardly ever offers net, right? But their COD price is way better than the net pricing, so it doesn't make sense to pick up net when you can just pick up COD, right?
Pay a
So
little less.
and so you pay it all off immediately, and that's the way to fucking fix it.
Yeah.
And so if you're out there and you don't pay people off, and you're driving a G-Wagon and you're doing that shit,
Yeah.
you're probably a pretty stinky piece of vibe over there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
What we
yeah.
were talking about earlier when Joe, I don't know what it was. I don't know who I was talking about to. People, I think it was you.
Yeah.
When people have like all the outside stuff, but inside they're still shit. You feel
Oh,
me?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like they don't pay their bills back, but they're doing it big, right?
Oh yeah.
That's my G-Wagon, my boy.
Yeah. It's the name
Not
of the
just
game.
kidding.
It's ugly, but it's,
Pay your bills back. It's like 4 things in life you have to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Pay
for
your
brands-
full. Don't assume. Don't take anything personal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working on that. And then what's it called? Do your best.
Yeah. And for brands, one thing I advise too, man, even for the stores, man, like, you know, try to break bread even if it's not too much of something. You know, and as a brand, try not to always, depending who you are, obviously, you know, every advice is for somebody else. You feel me? Like everybody moves different. So I'm just advising this for the smaller guys. The same for the whoever trying to do whatever y'all trying to do. I get it too, but this is for the smaller guys that like it can hurt your pockets and you could get screwed over when you don't get paid. You feel me? Like he said, some people cannot get paid and still be all right for a little bit. Like just start small, man. Make sure you just get small orders. Somebody can't cash you out $950, $975, $1,500. It's a red flag. Like, why not test somebody out with such little digits? You know, I mean, of course, you know, people want their 5,000, 10,000 plus accounts. I get that part.
You gotta build up to that.
But it's like, damn, at least let me see you break bread.
Yeah.
And as the brand, shit, let me not force you to fucking have to do so much. Why don't you just take a little then?
Yeah.
Just break some type of bread. Let me just see that. And even if it just got to stay that way, even if I got to come through every week or every few days because that's the only way we work, I'd rather do that because at least my transactions are going through right away. So it depends, how you want to do it. And as a store,
Money management, man.
yeah, man. And as a store, you should be able to do it that way as well. Don't want so much. You ain't confident you can sell it all. Just break bread. Say,
And if your
bro,
overhead's too high, that's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doing everything correct, but your overhead's high. You're gonna take that loss for a little bit until you come back up. You know what I mean? But don't burn bridges along the way. That's the worst thing. A few people have done it, and then I see them, and I see them all the time, and they're around me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just know the fact that eventually you got to pay back, but it's the feeling that before they pay back, like, bro, how many people do you do this with? Do you really live like that? And your reputation's so screwed.
Yeah. And
Not
then
just
I'll be
in
honest.
weed, but anything in life. Just pay people back. Never owe anybody money, and you'll sleep better at night. That's financial freedom to me. We don't owe anybody a dollar. You can't leave this world without paying every single dude that you have back. It's because there's always checks and balances at the end of that.
And for the retailers, I'm gonna speak for them too, and just I can't just be one sided. Since I play every side of the fence, and I'm on every side, I understand every side. Any side we could talk about, I understand it. Because again, I was part of it. There was no blueprint when I was around. We created the blueprint. So anything you could talk about, we had to do. We had to learn it all, So with that being said, even for the retailers, I have to speak for them too. I get the mentality as to why too, though, because unless you're coming in with a lot of dollars, you do need variety. You do need a lot of things, that also equates to your sales. So to their defense, in a sense, you got to kind of hope, just like some of us do in real life, that you hope somebody fronts you something. I know the cats, that's another front. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's no different than somebody who says, I'm gonna front you something. So it's one of those where it's like you got to pick and choose. And yeah, you're against it, but you kind of have to be for it. Depending on what side of the fence you're on, you have to look at it both
Marcus, you want to
ways.
make it easier?
You feel what I'm saying? It's just the way it is.
What would make it easier if it was federally legal and it's like anything else if you don't pay it back? You could take it to like.
That would make it far easier, but there's no collections.
You know what I mean?
There's no way to get your money back.
I know, because it's not federally. You know what I mean? So people take advantage of that.
They take advantage of that. They've been taking advantage of that. They could
but they
stall
just
you
lose
out.
their license and then they'll go buy another one.
Yeah.
That's an Asher right there, my guy.
Which one? Oh, this one right here?
Yeah,
Okay, my
sir.
bad, bro.
You got your
I went to
own.
my boy shit. You know what I mean? My bad. Y'all seen that? Oh, y'all seen that? No.
Hey, so
You learn not to do that shit in prison. You know what I mean? You feel me? You don't go
Don't
through.
reach
You don't,
over
you don't
my-
reach.
my-
You don't
Whoa.
go through. You don't even
My
ain't supposed to go that
my
way
food
either. You
plate.
feel me?
You're funny, bro.
hey, craziest thing is, you know what the first
You're
thing
good, my guy.
you done, the first thing ever sold on the internet. You know what it was?
Weed.
Weed.
My man. You know I had to say it because he.
Yeah.
Weed.
Had to act
Weed
like
was
I
the
knew.
first thing ever sold on the internet. This is back in like 1972. There's no eBay. There's nothing. There's no credit cards. They ain't shit, but what they did have, they traded stuff. Feel me? So when they traded stuff, that was a transaction. And there was some kids out of San Francisco that did this.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's fucking
Do you
weed.
think they were scared? They're
And,
like,
and what was it? 1972?
76, no?
76?
72.
72.
72? Okay.
Trust
Yeah.
it.
No, that's dope. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Retention. They call me retention.
No, to see
Anything
how,
you say, I soak it up. You know what I'm saying?
bro, weed is just a crazy. I don't know what term I want to use. But it's like a crazy, let's just say, medicine
Yeah.
that's grown over time. That's now become recreational and used everywhere, bro. Like everywhere,
You smell weed everywhere you go.
everywhere.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
And now it's just like, who gives a fuck if I smell like weed? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's damn near on every fucking corner now, bro. Before you used to have to go find the corner.
Oh,
or the
yeah,
homie or
yeah,
some shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah.
It'll get delivered to you nowadays, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes. Yes.
I used to put eye drops in.
Yeah.
Cologne
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Lotion on my hands.
Yeah.
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 All the 9 yards. Change my shirt. Now I'm like,
You know
I
what's
go
crazy?
everywhere. I
Yeah,
forget.
Since 2001, actually even before that, when I had to do in high school, anyways, I worked corporate jobs and done the street shit. I always had a blend of the two. And my thing, I used to tell my homies, and they used to trip out, but I had a motto. I went to all my interviews and everywhere super blazed, super blunted, super lit, eyes super red. And I always got my job. And guess what? The reason I did that is because if that's how you hire me, then that's not why you gonna fire me.
That's how it looked like.
You know what
That's
I'm
what I
saying?
say.
Like if that's how you hire me, that's not why you gonna fire me.
Yeah.
What, you gonna fire me for how you hire me?
Yeah.
I would look blaze as shit when you liked me and you said come work. So what you gotta say now?
Hey,
and
but California passed that rule too.
Forever.
Yeah.
Hey, California passed a rule.
Before even what is taboo, it didn't matter to me.
Now it doesn't matter at all because California passed a rule that all employees
Yeah.
can be
Now
high
it
at
don't
work,
matter.
and then you can't get fired off that.
Yeah.
They cannot fire you off of being high.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
fire
I
you for
didn't
being
know that.
lazy,
Yeah.
but they cannot fire you for being high.
Yeah.
Right.
And let me take it a little deeper because back in the day, I think to be able to do it without the rule, it says something more about your character though, because it says something about your performance. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, any human, no matter how faded, no matter what you're doing, when you're worth something and you do your shit right, people will overlook all the bullshit.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Unless you're driving those fucking
Yeah,
forklifts.
what era or what
Bro, I
time.
used to work at FedEx, deliver packages high as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
FedEx,
Didn't care.
we get you high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
no,
you know,
I
I ain't
worked there.
advising and nothing like that, but I'm telling a little story. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You feel me?
I just
Ain't
keep
for
it
the
a buck.
kids. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
You know it's called to be blunt, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
My
we
bro, if
we
my
have,
son,
like, there's no
look,
filter here.
because I have a son. I don't know if
I
you
got
have
Canna
kids.
girls. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 daughters, and they're
Okay,
all
okay.
Canna girls. You know
So,
what I
like,
mean? So they
how
all
old-
know my
how
weed
old?
shit. 13, 4, 2,
13,
and a newborn.
13-year-olds getting there. So like me,
Yeah.
like I'll ask you. You can respond after me. My son is obviously gonna know at some point I'm in the game. You know, and
Yeah.
I smoke. Like I smell like it. I don't smoke in my house. I smoke in my back house. But I come in smelling like weed. I don't give a fuck. I'll roll up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the house, whatever. As long as he's not right there, we're good.
Yeah.
But I know at some point he's gonna know that, you know, about weed.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have a conversation with him. I'm not gonna tell him no, but I'm gonna do my best to guide him and be like, don't smoke while you're in school.
Yeah.
Don't smoke. Like if you're gonna smoke, wait till you're home type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just don't do it in stupid areas.
Yeah. You
Hey,
gotta
my little
guide.
sister be sitting right there. Sometimes I'll be breaking some weed down, but I remember years before, I made her be in her room anytime anything happened, right? And then like right when I start doing it, she gets up and goes to her room. I'm like, yeah, I raised them
Yeah,
correctly.
Yeah.
Are you? What are you gonna tell to your daughters?
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100 because I need them to know, you know, just like I come from a family that keeps it a buck. We don't hide nothing. We are who we are. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta take it for what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm all about full transparency. They know exactly how I move, what I do, and how I do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you gonna let them
To be
smoke?
blunt.
Are you gonna let them smoke weed?
I won't deny them.
Yeah.
I won't deny them.
Are you gonna try to set like little boundaries?
I will set the boundaries accordingly, and
Yeah.
you know it's all case by case.
Like,
Right.
don't go outside and smoke with a random person. Come here and if
Oh
you
yeah,
want to get some
that's
first.
mandatory.
Yeah.
You know, my eldest knows that. You know,
Yeah.
and I tell her story. I have her read articles about me. I have her read things about me. I have, you know, she's gone places. She's met people. She hears. She knows. She's seen.
So she's aware.
She's super aware. Absolutely, because
Cool.
it's something I'd like for them to carry on.
And then she'll leave the next one and the next one and the next one. You're teaching them along, guiding them along.
When
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
kids, what are you gonna do?
yeah.
Honestly, how I like at first, like I with my little sister, I was like, yeah, da, da, da. Now it's like
Like you sheltered.
no,
her
I literally
from it.
I say I literally let her know. I used to shelter it, but now
Yeah.
I'm like, let your brain develop. She goes, yeah, I understand. I looked it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool. I was like, I'm just considered. I was like, cool. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because she knows I'm the biggest chief of what I do.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
how's it obvious for anybody around me not to know?
Yeah.
My fucking cousin came up to me. I haven't seen him in like 10 years. He goes, Big Chief, I smoked that shit. I love it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Mac was right there too, and he's
That's
seen it.
funny.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, all right, this like it's just part of my life. And then how I do it, it's like I don't tell any kid to go smoke. You feel me? If your kids around me, they know I chief. I smell like weed. You know what my nephew say? You smell like fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's your daddy.
That's funny.
But pretty much when I'm around it, it's like I would not light a blunt around a kid.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
literally.
have that too.
And I'd be like, hey yo,
I don't like
people
that.
to the room over there. I'll have the blunt in my hand. I even have the kush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel me? They're not gonna look at it like, what's that? You feel me? Sometimes they're like, what's that? I'm like, just stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And they're like, okay, you feel me? I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go over there, hang out. And they were like, they see cigarettes and they think it's the same thing. It's smoke. Then when they get older and you comprehend, they don't like cigarettes. I'm like, dude, I hate the smell of cigarettes. They're like, they don't like it, right?
Are you gonna let your kids smoke?
Of course, they want.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm not gonna tell them it's not bad. They won't. There's no one's died from smoking weed.
Yeah.
It is harmless.
I feel like I do want like my kids to at least wait till they're 17, 18 minimum. You know?
Same, bro.
Because like I do want
17, 18
like
for sure.
I'm not gonna say weed affects you like completely, but it does affect you in some way, shape, and form. Like there's research on it. To me, it's nothing like crazier or
Too much of anything is bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like I do
absolutely.
want my kids to be able to like just be sober. You know, most of their kids.
I would
life.
love that also.
Hey, that really. That,
you know,
say that again.
I would
Talk
love
about that.
What,
But you know, I
sober?
also just
Why though?
I just, in my opinion, I just feel like that stage of that part of their life between like 1 and 18 is so valuable to show them how to live, because after like 18, 20, they're not really gonna fucking listen to their parents. They already have their own view of life, especially nowadays. These kids are so much mature, much sooner. So they're at that point in high school nowadays, they're already gonna know what they really want in life. So, but I want them to get to that stage. I don't want them to be confused. I don't want them to have any more mental issues or anything than what's already in front of them. You know what I mean? And I feel like drinking a lot at a young stage, smoking a lot of weed, or just partying a lot at a young stage, which I did party a little bit, but not enough to where it took over my life and it dictated my future. It was just like a small piece of that having fun little kid life, you know?
right.
Hey, but it's super important to be aware of even being around. You got to tell these kids anything white. Fuck no.
Yeah.
Green is good. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Or
what
purple.
else is weed? What else is green? Money,
And-
weed,
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Wealth.
Yeah.
Everything green is good. Everything white is not good. That's the white flag is the what is it called?
Surrender.
The surrender flag.
Yeah.
Don't surrender yourself, my boys.
Yeah,
you feel me?
facts.
Yeah.
Shrooms are like kind of brown though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, but if you're younger, I don't recommend you doing shrooms
Don't do
until you
shrooms.
get your mind correctly. Because
Yeah.
look, when you're on mushrooms, you really can like really think in very much levels, right? You don't want to think and overthink a thought that is not like there, and you're gonna really like scare yourself and put yourself into a bad trip and really give you anxiety a factor. You know what I mean? Like I always recommend if you're out there or have any siblings or anybody around you that's younger and like around like this, like you feel me? We're all around shit in high school, middle school. You know, the best piece of advice to give them is like, let your brain develop and give yourself a chance. You know what I mean? That after you could do whatever you want, and then we'll guide you. If anything, and if you don't feel comfortable with that, it's totally fine. You know what I mean? But you can
Yeah.
always come talk to us, and that's the factor of when that kid ignores all that factor. But with that one day, you remember you told him, "Come, you can talk to me." He'll come to you when his
Yeah.
time is right, because he's gonna go through what he wants to go through because they think they're right. Because we all did.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come talk to him like, and you just take it to a factor of like, yeah, it's totally fine, da, 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 and then guide them. And then when you're younger, you remember we had this conversation. You're always trying to season your kids and guide your kids so that when they do get into that area and effect, and they don't go by, oh, I like this. Oh yeah, I like this too. Feel me? Try to, oh, he likes the peer pressure aspect.
Yeah.
It's to a point where
So it's like maturity at that point. Obviously, we don't expect our kids at that age to be as mature as at this point in life that we're in. But like, if you're there for them and you show them what's right and what's wrong, that helps their maturity. You know,
Big time.
that guidance. So
Big time.
yeah, that's
it'll
why,
pop
like,
out eventually.
yeah.
Some, you know how your parents give you so much advice that one day that random piece of advice, you're like, "My guy, keep telling me."
Yeah,
that
big
shit
time.
comes in handy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, "Oh shit." That's why he kept telling me that. My dad keeps telling me, "You don't know what I feel until you have kids."
Yeah.
He tells me that every time I talk to him. I've seen my dad in like 10 years. I was like, because I know he misses me, all of that, right? He goes, "You don't know, you like, because Joe has a kid and he loves being with his kid. You feel me? Like me with my dad, bro. My dad loves me. Like honestly, like he wanted to sit next to me, just like being around me. You feel me? But it's to the point where like you can't take it. What was I talking about? Hold on.
Having kids.
Oh yeah, so having kids, right? So like you literally is something so personal. You don't want your kids to fuck up and go do all these things if you're not a deadbeat dad. You know what I'm saying? But he always tells me your parents always give you advice and you don't listen until it happens to you and you're understanding. That's a big part of big life. Like we don't understand something until we feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having my kids smoke, yeah, not a problem. But don't smoke when you're 10 years old and at school. That's kind of dumb. Feel me? Just make better choices and you guide them. And if they do that, oh, well, we all fuck up. But it's not how you start. It's how we finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always how you finish. And that's the thing about me. I can't be a hypocrite because I love how I turned out. I'm not one of those people that could tell you I had a roller coaster life. Like I always felt great since my birth, you know what I'm saying, until today. So it's like I never felt like there's no ever it's always been the same. And even when I made those decisions, you know, so I just can't, for me, I'm more like in my life, I have to reflect. I started at 12 years old. I was a wild person. Now, I don't wish that, and I hope
You're
they
the
don't.
third person that smoked at 12. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm
12 is a new 30.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
That's wild.
Some of us are born and raised here. You feel me? And it's our culture. It's what we do. It's how we get down.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like I turned out all right.
Yeah.
So I just hope if those decisions are ever made at those ages, with my guidance and hopefully with their willpower, they'll turn out all right.
Yeah.
But I'm like you, where I would hope naturally that they actually are sober for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I actually like the sober life and the thing, but I'm too deep. It's harder for me.
I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking weed
I'm
and not
saying, like,
smoking weed, though.
No, there isn't. But, you know, I have my feelings towards it, and I feel like there's something beautiful about people who
Sobriety
can
life?
stay sober. That shit is powerful and strong. I know how it is to give into a lot of things.
How many sober people do you know? My parents are sober. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Like,
my
how many
mom,
sober people do you know? Not a lot, right?
My mom.
Less than
You
a
can't even give
handful.
her a little Vicodin without her crying and weeping because it's too strong and shit.
Yeah.
You know, my mama don't. Yeah, so it's beautiful actually. I find it.
No
I find,
cigarettes,
I
no-
give kudos to my sober heads because that shit is. I don't know how you do it unless you got some other shit
Caffeine.
going on.
They be using
I
caffeine.
was about to say unless sometimes it's the caffeine.
You feel me? Some people are caffeine addicts. They don't need weed. They need caffeine.
or Red Bulls or something.
Yeah.
Like the addiction to somewhere else.
Exactly.
Bro,
You
we
know
all
what I mean?
have our addictions. We're human,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
better than others. Some
Yeah. When you
addictions
really
on
think about
ourselves
it,
better than
yeah.
other
Yeah.
addictions.
Like I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, to bring it back a little bit, I was sick for 7-8 days, but whenever I'm sick, I don't want nothing. I want to be sober. Even after I'm done being sick, 2-3 days after, I still won't do anything.
Yeah.
And then even when I come back to it, it's like I don't itch for weed. I smoke it by a real choice, like when I want.
Yeah.
Like when I wake up, I don't smoke weed. I had like 5 blunts in my smoke tray, ready for me to smoke, but I didn't smoke till like I got in LA after I handled some business, and now I'm here. I'm smoking my first blunt. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not addicted to it. Like, I don't feel like I'm addicted to anything because I've challenged myself so much throughout my life and to be disciplined. And I got into a maturity level where I choose what I want, when I want, how I want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't let it dictate my life.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's
Yep.
beautiful. That's willpower.
Yes, sir. Let's end it off with that.
Yep. Thank you guys for joining us today. Hopefully you get high. Last thing, the first place they probably got high is like they got a little pit. I seen it on Google. They had a little pit. There's a picture of it right here. They probably threw a bunch of weed in there and had a little
Inhaled
teepee
that
hut,
shit.
and they're inhaling that shit. Like, yo, I'm faded. As that, thank you guys. Subscribe, go like, go share our shit. They're trying to
Comment.
fucking they demonetize our shit, and it's kind of shadow ban, bro.
That's whack. That's whack.
Y'all can really
That's what they
help
gonna
us,
do, though.
really expand, and we would love if y'all comment below. Like, the comments mean the world to us. So,
Sir, we need that engagement. Appreciate you guys.
That's what's
See
up. Man.
ya.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having you.
No, thank you for having me. You feel me?
Thank you for coming, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, baby.
That's funny.
Feel me?
Appreciate you.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
Thank y'all.
Great
Thank y'all.
conversation, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Had a good time?
Yeah. It was smooth. Y'all got me in my little zone.
Llama, red pajama, I feel alone with my mama, Baby llama wanna drink, mama at the scene,